Good morning everyone and welcome. Welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. Today I come to you from beautiful Picton and I'm standing out front of my cousin's beautiful, awesome man cave. What a beautiful place this is, Picton. It's close to Sydney, it's an hour's drive from Sydney, but you feel like you're in the country, surrounded by bushland. Look at those grey, beautiful grey gum trees. It's quiet here, it's peaceful, it's serene. What I want to have a chat to you about today is something that I came across back in the year 2000. That fantastic year where Australia hosted the Olympic Games and Cathy Freeman ran the race of her life to win the gold medal in the 400 metres flat. And I happened to be there with my family. I was there with my father, my wife Paula and two beautiful daughters. It was an absolutely fantastic event to be there with that, I think it was about 100,000 crowd, to watch Cathy Freeman achieve her ultimate dream. But prior to that, prior to the Olympic Games, prior to that 400 metre event on that magical day, I happened to read Cathy Freeman's autobiography, and I also happened to read an autobiography by Michael Johnson, the famous American 200 metre, 400 metre world record holder. And what struck me in Michael Johnson's book was that he actually talked about how he met up with Cathy Freeman after she came second to the French athlete 4 years earlier. And in the preparation for the 2000 Olympics, Michael Johnson took Cathy Freeman under his wing, and the advice that he gave her was, what you practice in private, you get rewarded for in public. It is an absolutely beautiful quote. And he took Cathy aside, and Cathy Freeman, from all accounts, was a natural athlete, and she wasn't injury prone. She was a natural athlete, and she was physically very, very strong and capable. But what she lacked was the determination and the work ethic. And this is the strength that Michael Johnson had. Michael Johnson took Cathy Freeman aside, and his advice to her was, race day is absolutely easy. However, he told her, when I train so hard that I absolutely kill myself. So compared to race day, my practice days, my trainings, are the places where I whip myself and I train myself to absolute pain. So his advice to Cathy was to train very, very hard and to be ruthless in her training, so that when she came to race day, all she had to do was show up and deliver on what she'd done in practice time and time again. That is absolutely beautiful advice, and it's timeless advice that we can pass on to our children, that whatever you practice in private, whatever you're diligent at and practice in private, you'll be rewarded for in public. A lot of people just think that athletes, academics, business people just turn up on the day and everything's achieved effortlessly. It looks effortless, but very few people see what's happened behind the scenes. And it's only when you read autobiographies like Michael Johnson's and Cathy Freeman's that you start to understand that these magical days, these historical days where people get their world records, where people achieve their dreams, are just another step in a long path that they've actually planned and executed time in and time out. So the message to our young children, to people who we're mentoring, and to us at any age, is you need to continue to be active, you need to have a plan, and you need to be tough on yourself so that you can deliver on the times when you're under pressure. It's important to stress test yourself. All of these video vlogs that I put together are unrehearsed, but I've practiced them over and over again in my head over the years. It's stuff that I've thought about, and it's stuff that I've prepared mentally. So when it comes to doing the videos, it just flows as if I'm doing it off the cuff. Many years ago, I give an example of what you practice in private, you get rewarded for in public. Many years ago, I buddied up with an international student from Greece who came to Australia to do his Masters of Fine Arts. He was deaf, he was profoundly deaf. He was a brilliant artist, and he is a brilliant artist, but part of the course, part of the curriculum, is to do art theory and to contribute to your classwork and to do course material along the way. So I promised him, and I committed with him, that I would go to classes with him and I would take notes, and on the weekend we would sit down and I would verbalize it in my broken Greek, and he would lip read my broken Greek, and back and forward, back and forward, back and forward, we would figure out what we were saying, and that way I was able to then help him with his assignments and with his classwork. And the climax of this activity was when Nico had to do a 10-minute class presentation, face-to-face presentation to his peers. So what we did, and in terms of effort, so to do a 10-minute presentation, it took us 40 hours of face-to-face sitting down and going through it over and over and over again, so that I could understand what he wanted to say, I could help him structure it in a way that was interesting to not only to him to present, but also to his class students. And then we had a interpreter sit in Brisbane on Skype, and she would see his sign language with his hands, and then she would say to the class what he was saying. So 40 hours to deliver a 10-minute verbal presentation. It just goes to show how much effort is required in private in order to deliver something in public and for it to be considered to be professional. Anyway, that's enough from me. It's after sunset here. We're in the last light of the day, and it's absolutely lovely. So I'll just walk around. I'll just head back to my car. I'll go and see my uncle and aunt and have dinner with them. But being in the country is lovely. The Australian bushland is very, very unique, with its gum trees, with its smells, with its sounds. So I think I'll leave it there for now. But looking forward to coming back here and spending some time with my cousins and uncle and aunt, But until next time, let's keep on reminding ourselves with positive affirmations that we are well, we are healthy, we're alive, and we feel great. Take care, and thanks for listening to me. Bye for now. And don't forget, tomorrow again at 5 a.m, we'll go through it again. Take care. Bye.